I'm Misty. I am a 46-year-old beginner artist in Central Kentucky. I decided this year that I was going to pursue my lifelong dream of being an artist. I did take art classes in high school all 4 years and spent a lot of my time hanging out in the art room, but I never really did anything else after that. And it's been 30 years now since the last time I did anything with art other than like random sketching and stuff. So I jumped all in and enrolled in Evolve, the online art academy. And as you can see on my wall, I'm in block 1 right now. There's 4 blocks for the beginner program. I had intended on having block 1 done in less than 30 days, but you can only work as fast as they look at your homework assignments and move you on to the next one, because everything's locked until they move you on and open the next lesson. So I have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. I've completed 13. I have 7 left in this block. Block 1 is 20 exercises. So you start off doing just squares, and then you move on to doing the ombre rectangles, and then you do simple ones like the ball and the square. Then you start adding shadows and highlights, and this one right here is my most recent finished one, and this was the 13th assignment. So what they do is they send you everything you need for the program. They send you the paints, the tools, they send you these printed sheets to trace, they send you tracing paper, they send you the canvas pads that you trace it onto. And I pre-traced everything, so I had all 20 assignments pre-traced and ready to go, because I had intended on getting through this in 20 days. And then they also send you the photo for reference. So I wanted to just give a quick synopsis of my first 30 days. February 7th was whenever I enrolled, so it's been about 30 days right now. I don't know what today's date is. And I've only been able to complete 13 assignments, not because I don't have time, but because I have to wait, submit my homework and wait for them to look at it, give me feedback, and open the next lesson. The program does say everywhere they advertise that you'll have your homework lesson reviewed within 24 hours. I have not found that to be the case. In fact, this past week, homework assignments were all taken 2 days. So they even say when in your first 90 days you have priority reviewing. And everywhere, every video I've ever watched, even on their website, it says 1 day turnover. So I think they either need to hire more instructors or they need to change the verbiage, because I have not been the most patient person during this process. And if they had a 30-day money-back guarantee, I would have taken it and I would have quit, because I am just not a patient person. I got an email today about feedback on how I've liked the course so far, and that was my complaint, was how long feedback's taken. Even in their how long will it take you to graduate little calculator they have on their website, they measure it by how much time you can give the program each week. And I can do 30 or 40 hours because I work for myself. I do nails full time. I did hair for 10 years. I do nails now. So I was putting it at the fastest calculator, and when you watch the video, she calculates it by 24-hour rollover of each assignment. But you can't do it within every 24 hours, because you have to wait for them to unlock the next assignment. And I feel like we're paying a lot of money for this, that they should either go ahead and unlock our assignments and let us work on our own, or they need to actually give the feedback within 24 hours. So yeah, that's been the upsetting part to me. Even if you go back and look at some reviews where people are complaining in the comments about their assignments taking more than 24 hours, like they replied to it that that's not common and that feedback is within 24 hours, but I'm experiencing it firsthand right now that it has not been. And I actually sent them an email on Monday, and today is the following Monday, so it's been 7 days since I emailed support. and I never got a response about the time it's taken homework to be reviewed. So that's my only drawback to this program, because I was very, very motivated. I would already be finished with block 1, because whenever I'm like really into stuff, I get hyper fixated, and I've been hyper fixated on my art right now. So I had to do some inner work on this, and instead of stewing about it and being disappointed, I just found some other programs to incorporate with this program. That way I have my brains being challenged still, and I'm still doing art. It's just not all Evolve. So I did find some other programs that I think work good along with this, because there are other, like this is teaching really hyper-realism. And so I enrolled in Watts Atelier, which is an online monthly program. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it. And they teach drawing. It's like mostly drawing at first. So, and I really want to get good at portraits. And they teach head and figure drawing. That's what I enrolled for. And then I enrolled in Nancy Medina Art School. Well, it's not a subscription program. You just buy the course and then you own it forever. So I did her intro class, and they give you a special offer. You get 14 full floral paintings, and so that's why I chose her, because I really like her style of floral painting, and that's something I also want to get good at. And then Tom, I can't remember the other guy's name. I'll put it in the comments, but he does a lot of landscapes, and he has a lot of beginner oil portraits on his website too. He's a British guy, I believe, but I did order his brush sets because I really want to do detailed landscapes. Also, I really want to feature Kentucky in a lot of my work, so Kentucky has beautiful landscapes, so I also have his class now. And then last night I found another lady that does floral painting, but with oil paints, because Nancy Medina is acrylic. And hers are hyper realistic, whereas Nancy's is more a little fluffy and loose and abstract. So I also enrolled in that lady's courses, but hers was cheap. It was like $10 for the first month, so I could try it out. The Nancy Medina one was about $650, but you can pay it over 10-month time in payment. Evolve was $250 a month for 12 months. That's what the program I got. I want to say his name is Thomas Smith. His is like $29 a month. And Watts Atelier is $129 a month. So pretty much I work for my hobbies. So that's what I'm paying for right now with my hobbies. And there is one more program I want to do. It's the Milan Art Mastery Program. And that's what I'm working towards because I want to be a little more experienced before I do their program. That's why I started with Evolve, because I had no experience in oil painting. And Milan does a lot of mixed media. So I'm starting here. I had planned on having Evolve done in like 3 to 4 months, which is not looking like that's going to be the case. At this pace, hopefully 6 to 7 months, working as much as I am. But now I'm going to start trying to be a little bit more structured and do Watts in the mornings when I get up for 30 minutes to an hour, just the drawing exercises. And then maybe a fun painting before I go to work, like one of the floral paintings that I can do within like an hour, hour and a half. And then at night, because when I do get feedback from Evolve, generally it's after 3 o'clock and sometimes as late as 8 o'clock. So, and I usually get home from work between 6 and 8 o'clock. On the days I work 4 days a week. So I've been just doing Evolve when I get home from work and staying up and doing that. Because rarely ever do I get feedback on my days off work, because I'm off work on Sundays, Mondays, and then one other day through the week, and it differs. But rarely do I get feedback on a Monday. Rarely. I don't even know if I've ever got feedback on a Monday. So I'm not expecting to have feedback today for my 13th assignment I turned in yesterday. And I don't mean to be so negative about it. It's just they promised a lot in all on the website, all the videos, all the comments. It all is like 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours. And I'm not experienced in 24 hours, so it's a little frustrating. But the program itself is great. I've learned a lot. I like the way they start you with painting instead of drawing, so you're jumping right in and you're learning how to paint, because that's the fun part, and the drawing part's a little boring. So, but I'm looking forward to block 2 being unlocked so I can get to the drawing part. It's just taken a very long time. So that's my first 30 days at Evolve. Let me know what your experience has been. And I hope they don't see this and be like, oh, let's get rid of her, but it's just my actual honest experience that I'm having right now. So, and I'm human and I'm emotional, and that's just how I feel at the moment. Hopefully the next 30 days is a lot better. Can't wait to finish block 1. Like I said, I love the program itself. I love the exercises. The feedback sometimes has been a little robotic. There was one time that I got feedback, I don't remember which assignment it was, but it was like every feedback, it was just copy and paste, slow down on your gradients, and work a little at a time. And it was like copy and paste at every feedback. And I'm like, I can't go any slower. I can't do, you know, I'm doing everything they're telling me to do, and I'm not getting any feedback of, yeah, you've gotten better, or yeah, this is better than last week. It's just like copy and paste, slow down and take your time. Which I was already doing. So yeah, I did get frustrated and I quit for 2 days after one assignment because it really hurt my feelings, because I felt like I'd progressed and they didn't mention it. It was just the same copy and paste. I talked to ChatGPT about it a lot. ChatGPT talks me through my feelings. You know, sometimes we're just emotional. And I'm premenopause right now, perimenopause, so it just is what it is. But yeah, hopefully have better feedback after the next 30 days.